welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle Nicole. If you're new here, if you're returning, welcome back. Your girl made it to 400 subscribers. I'm so excited. I'm so thankful. I'm just feeling so happy for the opportunity to have 400 subscribers. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate your support. Today I'm going to be filming a chit chat get ready with me. I'm going to show you guys how I do my makeup just because, girl, why not? We can chat. I have questions that I was asked on Instagram. I did do a poll specifically in regard to those questions. Let me go ahead and get them pulled up. I did already wash my face. I'm just going to go ahead and start to prime. So what I'm going to be using for primer, I like to use the Milani No Pore Zone Mattifying Primer. This works really well to matte my face, and I personally have oily skin, and so I like to use anything that can particularly matte my face. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that on my face. Also, your girl is in no way, shape, or form trying to be a beauty guru, whatever. I'm just showing you how I do my makeup, what works for me, because it looks good on me. So just wanted to throw that out there. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm going to go ahead and apply my primer. So I guess to go ahead and start, in regards to questions. One second, guys. One of the first questions I got was, how is your mental health? I feel like that's such a great question to ask because we are currently in the fourth quarter of the year. This year has been very interesting as far as me moving into a new place, adjusting to life as a 25-year-old living in her own apartment for the very first time. And I will say, for me, it was personally an adjustment just because I have never lived on my own before. So transitioning from living with your parents and moving out was definitely, I wouldn't say a struggle, but I definitely did have to, I guess for sure, like relearn some things because I've never lived on my own. But as far as in regards to how my mental is, I would just say I feel like I'm probably the happiest I've been in, like, I would say probably this whole entire year, as like just being in a good mental space. I feel like having quarterly check-ins are definitely important to get yourself back on track. And I feel like I didn't do that this quarter, the end of this year. And so I feel like that was a great question. I greatly appreciate being asked that, just because, how do you expect to help others when you can't even help yourself? So I would just say I'm in a great mental space, just taking one day at a time and just remembering that to trust God in everything that I'm doing as far as my plans, because His plans for us are completely different sometimes. But that's why we pray and ask for the gift of discernment and to understand His plans for me and to just be content, because God will give the desires of your heart, but what are His desires for you? And so I'm just trying to be in a mental space to where I can come to accept that. I feel like that was long-winded, but I feel like that was a great question. Okay. Alrighty, so now that I have my primer on, I'm just gonna go ahead and work on my eyebrows. For my eyebrows, I don't usually do too much just because I personally already kind of have thick eyebrows, but I don't like to fill them in too much because I don't want them to look like a bush. I do need to get my eyebrows done. I will admit that. I'm not going to razor them. I typically razor them, but lately I've been really wanting to find a way to not have to razor them because I feel like they grow back so fast. So I'm thinking about possibly wanting to thread my eyebrows, but I need to find someone that I can trust to do that because I don't play by my eyebrows. The next question that I got was, what made you want to start being a content creator? I wouldn't even say that I just really wanted to be a content creator. I've always been the type of person to where I've enjoyed like teaching people how to do things, whether that be something small, something large, and just being able to like talk in front of the camera. I really do enjoy talking in front of people. I enjoy talking. I'm shy, but I'm not really that shy. But once I get comfortable with you, you're not gonna get me stop talking. But but I would just say, honestly, I don't know. When I was younger, I used to sing YouTube videos. I would sing all the time. That's what made me basically start to really get into content creation. I would post myself singing, and I would post myself playing the piano, and that's kind of basically how it got started as me wanting to be a content creator, I guess, when I was a kid. But as far as like right now, I would say I just really wanted to document my life. Like a person who is first Black, a person who's in her 20s trying to figure out life, because I just want to document my life. And throughout this whole entire journey of living in your 20s, so much has occurred, and I want to document that and go back and look at it. So that's mostly why I wanted to become a content creator. Other than that, like, I can't really give you an answer because this is mostly the reason why. Okay, let me stop talking because I will talk forever. But next, moving on to my eyebrows. Sorry, y'all, I did not organize none of my stuff, but since I did brush my eyebrows up, I'm going to use this eyebrow duo brush to make my eyebrows stick. I personally like to use either hair gel, or my Got2b glue gel to make my eyebrows stay in place. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do right now. By basically just brushing them up. Just like that. And just like that. That's what they look like. Okay, and as far as filling in my brows, like I said, I don't do too much. But what I do to fill them in is I like to use my NYX Professional Lift and Snatch Brow Tint in whatever this name is. But I basically use this to fill in my brows. Just natural strokes. I don't know why I'm trying to do it in front of the mirror. But I'm not gonna, I don't think I can talk and do this, so bear with me. And I try to remind myself that eyebrows are supposed to be sisters, not twins, but sometimes I try to be a perfectionist, but not today. Moving on to highlighting under my eyebrows, I like to use the LA Colors Concealer in the shade Honey Beige. My bad, y'all. I'm still trying to learn this camera, but it's not wanting to focus. But I use the shade Honey Beige, and I basically just clean up under my eyebrows. But the next question that I did get was, how do you like living alone? Girl, I love it. And when I say like I love it, not that like I didn't enjoy living at home with my parents, it's just like, girl, I can decorate however I want. And no one has any say so in me decorating. But I would for sure say that I've learned a lot about myself within the past few months as far as like living alone. I didn't realize that like living alone, you don't have to speak to nobody. I literally the other day didn't talk for like 3 hours. And I was like, wow, that's funny. Like, I'm not talking to anyone. And I enjoy my own peace, I would say. I enjoy my own company, and I'm glad that I've learned that about myself, because I feel like when I was younger, I used to feel like, oh no, I have to hang around people. Girl, no, you don't. You do not. So I would say that's probably one of the biggest things that I enjoy currently about living on my own. And I would just say mostly I really do enjoy decorating. Like, I really enjoy decorating. I didn't realize how much I did enjoy decorating until I had my own place. But that's mostly what I can say about that. But other than that, I have no complaints about living alone. And for me, I feel like with living alone, it has taught me, like, girl, you don't have to rely on nobody. You just relying strictly on yourself. And I feel like that has taught me a lot, because like I said, I was living with my parents. And of course, like, I just lived there. I paid my car note, I paid my own, basically everything. I just lived there. But having to take the responsibility of paying everything yourself is like, okay, this is reality. But that's basically what I would say about living on my own. I enjoy the most. Yes, I really do enjoy that factor. But really quickly, I'm gonna let that kind of sit, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend that out. Also, while I'm waiting, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this Laneige lip mask so my lips can get a little bit softer before I apply the lip combination that I'm gonna do. But I did also, before I did apply this Laneige lip mask, I did use the Tree Hut Sugar Scrub. Of course you can't see it, but I did use this sugar scrub to apply to my lips before putting that on. But let me go ahead and blend this out really quickly. And for me, I don't like having to, I guess, contour above, just because I personally don't like the way that looks on me. So I just stick to doing it this way. So I just blend that out like that. And then I take this fluffy brush. I can't even remember the name of it. I don't even think the name is on here anymore. But anyway, I use that to blend it out even more. Okay, girl, multitask. Next question is, do you want to have kids? If so, when? That's when. Simple, straight to the point. Straight to the point. When I have a ring, a rock on this finger, that's when I'm popping out a child. And I'm standing on that. I mean, honestly, I don't know when that will happen, but of course, like, for me personally, that's how I want to do things, just because I feel like God blesses you when you do things, what's the word? In order. I know things happen, life happens, but you know, I just want to have my first child with my husband, and I don't mind waiting for children, because children are not, in my personal opinion, accessories. You're supposed to raise your child, you teach your child up in the way they should go, and then they will depart from it. And so reminding myself of that is why I personally want to wait. And plus, girl, I can barely remember to eat sometimes myself, so trying to remember to feed a kid right now would not be the best thing for me. So I guess to answer your question is basically when I get married. Simple as that. So moving on, next I am going to go ahead and apply my concealer. I personally don't really like to use foundation on my face just because I don't like to feel like I have too much on my face because I already do a natural look anyway. But I'm using the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer in the shade Natural Tan. This is what it looks like. CoverGirl, literally, I got it from like HEB probably. I don't remember, but I use that first under my eyes. Like that. And take a little bit more. And bring it down to my end of my nose. So the next question is skincare routine. So my skincare routine is very simple. Glow Recipe. Glow Recipe products, hands down, chef's kiss. I ran out of the cleanser, but I was using the avocado cleanser, and I do have some of the stuff still. I ran out, but I was trying to find an alternative as far as cheaper products, just because I know some drugstore products are kind of expensive. But I also use on my face a Panoxyl cleanser if I need to, I guess, prepare myself for my skin for my menstrual cycle coming, because sometimes I will get like a pimple or such whenever that does happen. But I use that, and then I use the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dual Drops on my face. Gotta get out the camera, my bad. I use this, and I also use this 9 times out of 10 at night on my face, just to, you know, alleviate it from the end of the day. And I also use on my face the niacinamide serum by Good Molecules. And then I also use like under my eyes, but I've been kind of slacking with this, using the Ordinary caffeine solution under my eyes. This product. Other than that, your girl is very simple. She doesn't do too much on her face, because I feel like when you do a lot, that's when your skin is like, all right, girl, what are you doing? But I also use the Superfood by Youth to the People moisturizer. And all those products combined, chef's kiss, chef's kiss. Okay, now that I let that sit on my face, I'm going to go ahead and blend that out. But I basically blend it out by using my NYX Matte Finish Finny Matte on my brush, or sometimes I use water. Right now I'm just going to use this just so I can blend it out, and then just begin to blend. Next question that I did get was, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Dang, that's crazy. In 5 years, I'll be 30. Just thinking about that is honestly insane, because it's just like, girl, I would have thought by now I would have been married, had kids, all that fun stuff. But it's just like, at this day and age, that is not realistic at all. I mean, it could be realistic. Maybe that's just not my reality right now. But in 5 years, of course, I'm hoping that, you know, I am married, I have a child. But I would just say that I definitely want to see myself have progressed in my career. Just because, you know, I feel like your career and your degree definitely does come first before anything else, because you want to be able to take care of yourself. And how do you expect someone else to take care of you if you can't take care of yourself? So I would just say, hopefully, for sure, financially stable. Way more mature, of course. Like, I feel like I'm pretty mature now, but of course, matured. That's like, I feel like I need to think about that for sure. But 5 years, that's not too far away from now. At all. At all, at all. Okay, so now that that has sat a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and spray my brush again to blend the Tarte Tape Shape out, because if you try to blend this out like immediately after applying it, girl, you're gonna look a little crazy. So I like to let it sit and then begin to blend it out. And then after I'm done blending it out, I'm going to like spot conceal like any places that I feel like need some concealer, and then go about my business. But I've learned I used to blend out with a beauty blender, but using a brush changes the game completely, because I feel like a beauty blender just sucks up all the product, and using a brush literally gives you the ability to move the product exactly where you want it to go. So I just blended out. Just like that. This side versus this side, just beautifully blended. And then I'm gonna do this side. And then sometimes I will just take the product and bring it down around my nose, just so everything is just blended in seamlessly. And just like that, blend it out. Okay, now that I have that on there, I used to be really big on contouring with cream, but now I personally just contour mainly with my powder. But I'm just gonna be a little extra for you guys today. But I'm gonna use the Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Espresso Stick Foundation. I use this to contour just a tad bit, so you don't need a lot at all, just literally a smidgen. Just like that. And then begin to blend it out. Where is my, there it is. I then begin to contour my face. So I spray the brush and I just begin to swipe up. And then just do the same on the opposite side. Okay. Oh, she also asked me, what's your current favorite beauty product or holy grail item? I would say my probably holy grail product that I just love is, girl, what do you love? Oh, this Detox Muddy, hold on. This Detox Muddy clay mask. Literally, if you want your face to feel like a baby's bottom, use that. Hands down, chef's kiss. Makes your skin super soft. If you feel like your skin has been like overly worked, I like to use that. I guess I can say this for skincare. As far as lippy product, I love Summer Fridays lip mask or whatever it is for your lips. Hands down, those are some products that those are the two products that I can't live without right now, I feel like. And just like that, she's contoured. And after I contour, I begin to go ahead and bake. I love this part. This is my favorite part. So I like to use the Sasha Buttercup setting powder. This is what it looks like. It works really well for me. I know some people personally don't like to bake, but girl, hands down, it works for me. So I like to use one of the little triangles to get the product on there. And then I just dab a little bit of it off so it applies evenly. And then I just begin to press it under my eye. See the difference between not and then this? Yeah, complete difference. And then sometimes I do apply product to my forehead, but oftentimes 9 times out of 10 I'm probably not, just because like given the fact that like right now I have my hair in a bun, I just kind of like to have it looking more natural, if that makes any sense. Okay, so now that I have that applied, I'm going to go ahead and set my contour with my, I don't even know where I got this palette from, but I've been using it ever since. It's this Pro Fusion Studio Contour palette. I use this to contour my cheeks. I don't use a lot at all just because I don't want to look overly contoured, but I just use this. But I do take my contour and apply it to my forehead just to kind of like mattify that area a little bit because I didn't apply any product there. And then because I did just contour, I like to use my little triangle again and then outline my contour. So it can be a tad sharper. And so sometimes I do, if I want to just have a more of a matte look, especially since it is cooler outside, I do apply again just a little bit more product under my eye because I don't want it to move. And I do this mainly, especially if I'm applying eyeshadow, which I typically do, not like a lot, just to give my eyelids just a little bit more color, especially since I do already have lashes on. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so I feel like you guys can see just a little more. Yeah, okay, perfect. So now that I have that sitting, I'm just going to go ahead and begin to apply my eyeshadow. So the eyeshadow palette that I like to use is either the Morphe eyeshadow palette in 9B in Bronze Babe. This is what it looks like. Super pretty, especially for fall. I typically use this just on a daily basis anyway. But yes, where is my eyeshadow? There it is. So I either use this or I use my contour as my eyeshadow, but I feel like being a little extra right now and doing that. So I'm going to use Road Trip to go ahead and apply that. And I literally just apply it just basically in the crease. Just like that. And I bring it up a tad bit to my eyebrows because I did apply concealer. And then I do drag it down just a little bit to my eyelid. And that's basically how I do that. I do want to learn how to do more with eyeshadow, but I just I just don't have the time sometimes. Okay, ooh, she asked me, what's one lesson you've learned recently? A lesson I would say I've learned recently would be to never spill your good news before it becomes confirmed. So basically, I say that to say that, you know, being quiet about the things that you are doing, because once it leaves your mouth or it gets into the atmosphere, negative energy can, you know, attract to it. And for example, like a job offer, you never tell people that you're trying to apply for jobs or what you're trying to do, because telling people things can lead to jealous spirits. So I would just say, personally, that's a lesson that I've learned recently. Okay guys, sorry, my bad. My camera ran out of, my memory card ran out of storage. But I was saying that, a lesson that I learned, like, unfortunately not everyone's happy for you. So just remember to keep what it is that you're trying to basically, I guess, pop out with until it's all settled and done. Keep it a secret, because like I said, not everyone's happy for you. That's a lesson I've learned. Another one that she asked me, what's your guilty pleasure? Y'all, my guilty pleasure is Twix. I love Twix. I used to be, when I was younger, I used to literally be obsessed with Twizzlers. I don't even know why. I was literally obsessed. But I would eat Twizzlers all the time. But I freaking love a good Twix bar, especially if it's frozen. Call me. I will come running. I will come running, okay? Running. Look, it's coming together so nicely. Very subtle, very pretty, very cutesy. Next, I like to do a little bit of blush. I personally used to not be a blush girl, but ever since I got put onto blush, yeah. I want to become let me zoom out a little bit. I want to become a liquid blush girly, but I just feel like I need to probably find the right shade for me first in order to do that. But right now, I'm just gonna stick with what I know, which is a powder. But I'm using the Makeup Revolution. The lid broke. So yeah, it broke when I was in the middle of moving. But I use Rosy Posy and Beach Peach, or I use Beach Peach and Lush Plush together. So just dab those, blow off the excess, and then just like that. I feel like it's very subtle, very nice. I sometimes like to do a little bit of my nose, just to look a little, you know, peachy, flush, bring some color back into my face, just like that. What else do I do? Oh, after I do apply, I forgot, my loose powder, I do like to use the Maybelline Fit Me to basically set everything in all together, because you can use the loose powder, but I just like to basically have everything look cohesive. And I just put that in all the places that I did apply. Just so everything blends in cohesively. Just like that. Okay, next question that I got was, oh, have you had any beauty mishaps or fails you've learned from? Yes, I remember I was trying to do my eyebrows myself and I made them too thin. So basically I was using a razor to do them and I made them like too thin, and I was so upset because, you know, eyebrows don't take a long time to grow, but I had to wait for them to grow in, and I was using the Milani, ooh, wait, where is it? I was using the Milani highly rated lash and brow serum. This right here, if you want your eyebrows and your lashes to grow, girl, get this. Literally, hands down, oh, works so well. Whenever I'm not wearing my lash extensions, this is what I use. I put this on, and I already have naturally long lashes. I just like to look more put together and more awake. I personally will use this whenever I'm not using any mascara or anything like that. And I just curl my lashes and boom. Okay, so now that I'm done with basically my face, I'm just gonna spray it again, like I said, with my NYX matte finish to begin to bring a little bit more aliveness back to my face. And so upon doing that, I use my beauty blender to basically push everything into my skin so it doesn't look not like skin. See? Looks more like skin. Okay, after I let that dry, I then begin to start with my lip combo. This is my favorite part. So I usually use the NYX Professional Lip Pencil in the shade Espresso. Literally matches my dress. But I use that for my lip combination, and it's just so beautiful. And luckily, like, I'm so happy I don't have to like overdraw my lips, but I do just outline them a little bit. Just like that. And because I put the Laneige lip mask on prior, it's just so much easier to blend out. So I do that to blend it out, and then I will take either my Fenty Cream in the shade Fenty Glow. I'll apply that, or I'll take my Milani Luminoso to apply. Basically, they're kind of like the same, except this one has a little bit more shimmer in it. But because I don't really feel like having a shimmer look, I'm just gonna use the cream. Just like that. And then sometimes if I'm feeling a little extra, I will like to apply a little bit of bottom mascara. I also have long bottom lashes, so I try not to do too much, but I will apply a little bit. So I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm using, oh, what is this? I'm using the Bad Gal Bang mascara. Honestly, I don't really like this one, so I'm probably not going to use that one. I'm going to use the Bombastic Volumizing mascara. So I'm going to use that instead to apply to my bottom lashes. Y'all see the difference? Yeah. It's crazy the faces girls make to apply makeup. But I applied that and then I go back with the Bang mascara to make it more even, like such. I'll actually zoom in just so you guys can see the difference. You see? Just like that. And so next, after I'm done doing that, I apply my beauty marks back on because they do get covered up with my makeup. So I typically use the e.l.f., just a regular little e.l.f. eyeliner to apply my beauty marks back on. So sometimes if I want to be fancy, I add one to the side of my face. Just do a little dot. Just like that. Very subtle, very natural. And then I do the two back on my face where they naturally are right there. Just like that. And this is basically how I do my everyday makeup. If I do wear makeup, I guess you can say, because I don't wear makeup every day, but this is basically how I go about doing it. Oh, hold on, girl, hold on. What are you doing? I forgot to apply a little bit of highlighter. Sometimes I know it's like cooler outside, but sometimes I just want a little bit of sparkle. So I like to use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder. Girl, old reliable. I like to use that. I just apply a tiny bit, dust off the excess. Boom. Boom. Just like that. And there's my everyday makeup look. Very affordable, very fast, very reliable. But I'm gonna give y'all some slow-mos of it. Alrighty guys, so that's how I do my makeup. Thank you so much for stay tuning for my Chit Chat Get Ready with me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on my video. Definitely let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. I typically am just going to be doing vlogs, just like lifestyle content, things of that sort, just because that's just the type of content that I prefer doing. But let me know if you have any requests. Also, I did want to let you guys know that I did already do a skincare routine in one of my vlogs, but if you want me to do a separate one specifically on a specific video, I'll be more than happy to do it for you guys. But thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great day or great night whenever you're watching this, and stay blessed. Peace.